Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series. Okay, so Duress got rid of Hedron Archive, leaving him with an island, explosive vegetation, and Drowner of Hope. So he is playing a green and blue ramp deck. And then he follows it up with Hardened Scales. He has a Seeker of the Way in play. Hardened Scales, Abzan Hardened Scales. So the Seeker's a 4/4 lifelink. He swings in for 4, knocks the ramp deck down to 16, gains him 4 life, puts him back up to 21. He hardcast the Den Protector on turn 2, followed it up with a Map the Wastes on turn 3 to turn it into a 3/2. And now he is going to attack. He's attacking for 3. He'll get in for 3, take him down to 18. There was a moment of hesitation. It looked like he was considering, do I really want to attack here or not? And given what this guy is probably trying to do with the Seeker, he'll probably play spells that give +1/+1 counters. The spells will prowess him, give him lifelink. Hardened Scales will give him extra counters on him, and he'll just be one big, nasty Seeker of the Way with lifelink. The problem is that attacking in leaves you without a blocker against a giant creature with lifelink. So, not a really good situation to be in. You know, your 3 damage is going to not do a whole lot in the grand scheme of things because he can gain it back quite easily. But green and blue doesn't have a whole lot it can do in the early game. He's waiting on one of his big scary creatures. Drowner of Hope, or is it Drowner of Sorrows? Hold on, I will scroll back up here and see if I can find it. Drowner of Hope. Abzan Charm with Hardened Scales gives him 3 counters. Prowess turns him into a 6/6 lifelink. 6 damage, knocks him down to 10. He gained 6 life, so he went back up to 23. But Drowner of Hope wouldn't be too bad here. It would allow him to tap down the Seeker so that it would stop attacking. And there's Drowner of Hope. He's playing blue-green ramp, so he could be playing with the extra turn spells, which, as long as he can keep this guy tapped down, he might be able to take very good advantage of that. Den Protector goes in for 3. Sack a Scion token to tap target creature, so he can tap down the Seeker twice. 3 mana. Another Abzan Charm to exile the Drowner of Hope. He has to respond now with the Scion Sacrifice to tap down the Seeker, if he's going to do it, which I don't see any reason why he wouldn't. It will save you the 6 damage, it will keep him from gaining 6 life. Shouldn't be this hard of a decision. Unless he needs those Scion tokens to play something next turn. Then it does become a tough choice. He pops a Scion token to tap the Seeker. And the Drowner of Hope is exiled. Good news is he doesn't take 6 more damage. Right now, he's got 8 mana available. Ugin would be really good for him right here. All he'd have to do is X for 2, and he'd be able to clear the entire board. Unfortunately, it would get rid of his creatures, but it would keep the Abzan Scales deck down. But no such luck. He throws down a Morph. Since we've only seen 1 morph from him, my best guess is that it's another Den Protector. which isn't a bad thing. He has the mana to flip it so that he can get back probably Hedron Archive. And he's got a chump blocker for the Seeker. Back to the Abzan side. He's only got 3 mana. He's gotten very mana screwed in this game. Undergrowth Champion. Now there's a card I'd expect to see in a Hardened Scales deck. Ooh, and he'll be able to fire off landfall twice this turn, which will give it 4 +1/+1 counters, turning it into a 6/6. Which pretty much means that combat damage-wise, he's unkillable. Seeker is just a 5/5 right now. Another Hardened Scales, though. I'm trying to think. Yeah, he had to play the Hardened Scales second if he wanted to get the bonus off of Undergrowth Champion. My mind immediately went to trying to power game that into being able to play the second Hardened Scales and then get the bonus, but it just wouldn't have worked. Seeker is a 6/6 lifelink again, swings in. Easy enough chump block with the Eldrazi Scion here. Unless that morph is a Death Mist Raptor, in which case, unmorph that guy and block. So, Scion chump block. Saves him 6 damage. The Scales deck will gain 6 life. No! Good trick there. He popped the Scion token before combat damage, so he managed to keep him from gaining life on top of not taking 6 damage. Well played. I didn't even think of that. And it was another Den Protector, and he grabbed Hedron Archive. Hardened Scales. 7 mana. 4 for the Archive. I'm trying to think. Part of the Water Veil costs 6. And it costs 9 to awaken. So he's pretty close to that. But he's short. In fact, he's short of pretty much everything except Oblivion Sower would be a pretty good play here. 5/8 blocker and get you some more land, possibly. Hedron Archive. But things are really not looking good for the ramp deck. The Scales deck, for being mana screwed for so long, stuck on 3 mana, it really doesn't seem to have phased him at all. And there's Kithian, hero of Akros. And attacking in with the 6/6 and the 5/5. He has 3 mana available, 2 cards in hand, so he could have a trick to play. He could fire off an Abzan Charm and put +1/+1 counters on his team if he has that trick, or Dramoka's Command. And it's 11 damage. He has to block one of these creatures. If he Let's see, if he double blocks, he could kill the Seeker if the Abzan deck doesn't have a trick. Oh, he gains indestructible, excuse me. I thought it was give target creature indestructible. Just had to check real quick. So, blocking the Seeker. He could block both of them here and save himself a lot of damage. But he only blocks the Seeker. He takes 6 damage and goes down to 4. He has to drop his bomb here and now if he has it. It's 5, 8, 9. He has 11 mana. And Ulamog would be really good here. It would let him exile the Seeker and the Undergrowth Champion. He could play Part the Water Veil with Awaken, which would be really good here. Ugin would still be a good play here. He has a lot of options available to him. We'll just have to see. 7, 8, 9. Part the Water Veil with Awaken. And I'm surprised he didn't put the... Well, since he didn't have the mana to activate, it's a safer bet to make the Forest the 6/6. He attacks in with the Forest and the Den Protector. I was going to say, you know, it'd be nice to have a 9/9 hexproof, but putting the counters on him when you can't activate the hexproof ability means that he could kill it. But he doesn't kill anything, he just blocks the Forest with Kythian and activates his indestructible ability. So he'll take 3 damage here, and then it'll go back to the ramp deck's extra turn. And pretty much all the previous problems are still in play. All the previous answers are still valid answers now. I'm trying to think. I mean, if he had another Part the Water Veil, that would be sick and wrong. And it might just win him the game. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and he does! Running Part the Water Veils with Awaken. So now he has 2 6/6 forests and the Den Protector. So attacking all in, Kythian can chump block a 6/6, but he'll still take 9, and then it'll go into his second extra turn, and that'll be the game. There's nothing he can do about the next attack phase. And he concedes. That was really lucky on the ramp deck's part. Unless he had those Part the Water Veils in his hand the whole game and just couldn't cast them, which was also, in a way, lucky. But Part the Water Veil awakened 2 turns in a row. Well, let's go to game 2. Or not, excuse me, this video is almost 15 minutes long. So I'm going to end the video there. That was Abzan Scales versus Blue-Green Ramp. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.